like Starsky and Hutch. That's exactly how they used to jump into their cars. Oh, hello, buddy. You came over to join me? Good boy. Good boy. Welcome to Greg Answers Questions, folks. It's Saturday, October 2. It's time for another Greg Answers Questions. Thank you so much to Icarus Jazz for this week's awesome remix of the theme song. Switching it up every week, putting another remix in there. If you want to remix the theme song, you can find the acapella MP3 actually in the description of last week's video, so hop on back there and check it out. Although that was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Yeah, there hasn't been a Greg Answers Questions for 2 weeks. It's been a busy couple weeks. But this is a special video response only version or edition of Greg Answers Questions. So let's get to the first video response question.
Hey Greg, my question for you is, what's your name?
My name's Steve, man.
Hi Greg, I was wondering, if you had a child, what cartoons would you watch with him or her?
Well, it's kind of hard to say because I don't have children, but I might feel differently. But right now, I kind of want to advance their comedic abilities as quickly as possible. Is it too early to start like a 2-year-old on South Park? Is it too early? Because South Park is, I think, one of the funniest cartoons out there. Maybe we'll start with The Simpsons. That's a little edgy as it is for maybe a 2-year-old. And then by age 3, we'll go to South Park.
Hi Greg, I have a question for you. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Jump cuts. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, I like your jump cuts. Thank you for your video. I think my biggest pet peeve is probably driving related, and it's when people either go straight in the left-only lane or when they turn left from the straight-only lane. It just always pisses me off when people do that.
Hey Greg, my dog Buddy scratches his back really weird. I just want to know if yours does.
First of all, great name on your dog. Buddy is an excellent name. Good boy, good boy. Yeah, Buddy does scratch his back like that. Although this morning I tried to catch him doing that just to show you, and he barely did it. I just got a little bit. That's right. Yeah.
Hey Greg, I was just wondering, the John Hughes films, the good John Hughes films came out around the time when you were a teenager, right? I was just wondering if you seen them when you were a teenager and if they affected you at all.
Yes. When I was in high school, I loved John Hughes movies because, when I was that age, that's right when 16 Candles and The Breakfast Club and all these movies were just coming out, so they were aimed directly toward me. And I loved, those are two of my favorites. I also love Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and just a lot of his movies were just so great. Until they weren't. After a while, they weren't great anymore. But 16 Candles especially, my absolute favorite of his. So funny.
First off, how do you envision the future of internet-based media? And second off, how big of a role do you think content makers like yourself and Philip DeFranco can play in the shaping of that future?
Wow, those are some serious questions. The future of new media it's hard to predict. I'm really no good at predicting the future. I try. If I could predict the future, I'd probably be a billionaire. But who knows? I hope that it just continues to become one with television, and so everything just sort of becomes the same thing. People watch the internet on their TVs and watch TV stuff on their computers, and it just sort of overlaps to the point where there really is not much of a separation between the two, if at all. We already see that's starting to happen. Because the more that they become one, the more that new media becomes accepted as, as a professional standard. And then the more money will be poured into new media, and people will be able to make better productions. And as far as my role or Phil's role, I mean, who knows? Obviously, new media depends on the little guys and people like us who just create stuff often in their own homes or with small crews. That's just sort of how it runs. And everyone is sort of on an equal plane, I think, when it comes to new media and videos on YouTube. So I hope I'm involved in it. I want to be as much as possible. We'll see.
Hey Greg, down here. My question is there a time limit on fortune cookie predictions?
Yes, there is a time limit on fortune cookie predictions. Normally, it says so in very small writing on the back of the fortune cookie. but the time limit is actually 6.5 years.
Hey Greg, tengo una pregunta. ¿Piratas o ninja?
First of all, thank you for the subtitles because, hey, Kim's home. Look how excited Buddy is because Kim's home. First of all, thanks for the subtitles because I don't think that was English that you were speaking. Pirates or ninjas? That's a very common question. I think I'll go with ninjas. Hi, sweetie.
Hello, you're awake?
Yeah, I'm making a Greg Answers Questions video. Would you like to say hello to the people?
Oh, hello, people.
Or,
You mean on camera?
yeah, there's a camera right here.
No, I'm not wearing makeup.
Oh, she's not wearing makeup. She doesn't want to be seen on camera. Okay, fair enough.
Hey Greg. How's it going? I like the way your dog helps you pick the questions. Can he also predict soccer game scores?
Yes, actually, he has predicted the scores in sort of a roundabout way. He's predicted that most games will be 1-0.
Hi, Greg. It's Tyler here, rockboytyler on YouTube. My question to you is, it's quite simple, actually. Greg, do you like the WWE wrestling? Do you like that?
Well, I do like the WWE. I don't watch it, but I like that it exists because I think that it's fun, and quite frankly, to me, it's kind of funny. It's like a funny live theater or theatrical sort of a presentation of fighting, and I do enjoy the theatricality of it. I just don't watch it.
Hey Greg, how did I get this bad cold?
Well, by the look of those kick-ass glasses you got there, I guess you got your cold by making out with too many hot ladies.
This is TheBlindDyslexic with a little question. Which of the Abbott and Costello movies are you a fan of?
Boy, that's actually a tough question. You know, I like Abbott and Costello, and I've seen a lot of their stuff on TV, but I don't remember many of their movies. I don't know if they made that many movies. I was much more into like Marx Brothers movies, and Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin and stuff like that. But when it comes to Abbott and Costello, I remember the one where they meet the Invisible Man, and there was also Hold That Ghost and Buck Privates. I think that's pretty much all I can remember, and I do remember seeing those movies and enjoying them. Abbott and Costello, I always appreciated them, but they weren't like my favorite. So, there you go.
Here is my question for you, Greg. Now that you've undergone a hair transplant, would you ever consider going through any other kind of cosmetic procedure? Not that you need it. I mean, you are a very sexy man.
Yes, actually, I've actually been planning another cosmetic procedure. I'm going to have my face replaced with Justin Bieber's face because he's so cute and he's very popular. So I think it might really help my YouTube career.
Basically, which is your favourite? Chocolate spread or peanut butter?
Oh man, that's tough. Do I have to choose between one or the other? Can it be like both, a mixture of both? If I had to choose, obviously chocolate. I mean, you can't beat chocolate. So let's go with chocolate spread. What is that, like Nutella? A little chocolate and hazelnut spread? Let's go with that. I'd go with Nutella actually any day.
Okay, Greg, here's the deal. I would like to see you draw a picture of something that makes you happy.
Is that too predictable? Is it too predictable that I drew boobs? I think it's predictable. Alright, hang on. Change it into something else. There! Is that better? There you go.
Gregory, I would like to ask you a question. Would you get mad if I impersonated Yashmin Blechen? Because I like to do that because he's hilarious.
Would I get mad? I don't think... I'm a very angry person. You know, I would get angry if you... No, of course I wouldn't get mad if you impersonated Yashmin. But frankly, to be honest with you, you're a little too old to do a Yashmin impersonation. I prefer my Yashmin impersonations to be from much younger people. Like this guy.
Hello, my name is Yashmin Blechen, and I'm 40 years old. I need to go get some goddamn napkins. Where the hell's my goddamn napkins?
Oh man, I'm ruining people. I just made a however old he is, 24-year-old. I'm not good with telling age, but however old he is, I made him curse. And he's not good with age either, because he's imitating an old man and saying that he's 40. That makes me sad.
Well, hi, Greg. How you doing? Did you buy yourself one of those big cheese wedge hats from Wisconsin?
No, Rich, I did not buy a cheese hat in Wisconsin. However, this hat that I'm wearing is actually made from 20% cheese. So it has that going for it. Hey, which brings us to our final awesome question.
Hey, Greg, you're the man. Question is, do you have a favorite hat? Yes, I know, surgery, bro, but you really look banging from your head to your toes. Oh, and one more thing, I think I had a question about bourgeoisie. Oh, no, wait, no, I didn't. Sorry, never mind. So yeah, the question about the hat still applies. Do you have a favorite hat? Thanks for your time. Oh, don't fade out yet. I'm not done. Wait, hang on. Let me at least say goodbye first. Goodbye.
Wow. Root value, that was an excellent question. And, well, it's not that the question was excellent, but, your video was excellent. I really appreciate all the work that you put into that little 30 or 40 second question. That was very impressive. The answer is, I guess it's got to be this one. I think that's why I'm wearing this hat just for this video, because of your questions. So let's go with this one, just because it's the only one that I have, kind of like this. I picked it up in Austin, so it brings back some Austin memories. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this week's Wheezy Waiter parody video. I shot it kind of with a loose script, so there were a bunch of Wheezy Waiter isms that weren't included in that video. Like this. I wonder what Greg with a wig thinks of Facebook games. He's Greggity Greg. Greg with a wig. And some other stuff, so, hopefully you enjoyed that, and feel free to pass it along to your friends, because I sure do love that Wheezy Waiter, and I hope that you enjoy his stuff also. And finally, I made a note of something I wanted to remember. Oh yes! Thank you so much for all of your artwork submissions for Mediocre Films 2. I've been in and out of town. It's been so busy. It's been so busy that last week is the first week all year that I didn't put up a video on Mediocre Films. I've been trying to do one every week, and last week I was just out of town and I just didn't have time. So, yes, I actually missed a week this year. But some weeks I put up 2 videos on the channel, so I don't feel like I feel like I had a little credit. You know what I mean? Anyhow, thank you for all your submissions. I have not chosen one yet, but I will this week. And I'm also going to put together a video of all the submissions, because there's so many great ones. It's kind of hard to choose. So many great ones. You guys are talented, so thank you for submitting those. And I'm going to pick one this week and change how the channel looks. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you next week on Greg Answers Questions, or even before that for some other stuff. I got to finish those CD collection videos. That's been a lot of fun. See you later, everybody. Was that good enough for you, Aunt Judy?